All right, I'm finally making a part 3 for the S-788 shelter that I mounted on the M116A3 trailer chassis. It's not going to be that exciting of a video. It's going to be more of an explanation video with a couple little things. The reason being is it's sold. I decided with all the things that have changed with me kind of starting my little business and all the other projects I got going on and my family growing in size, that this really isn't gonna cut it for anything that I'm gonna use it for unless I was basically just using it by myself. So it's been sitting around, though I did accomplish a couple little things that I'll go over here in the video. Put it up for sale for a while and finally somebody bought it, and in a couple of days here they're gonna show up. They're actually driving almost across the country to pick it up. So part of the deal is I'm gonna go through the hubs and repack the bearings. I'm setting up a 4-pin connector for the 12-volt lights. They're bringing a new set of tires, but you can see, of course, the wind's picking up as I'm talking here. This one's flat. It shouldn't be, but I'm gonna keep this one for myself and rebuild it. But it's kind of sad to see it go. I put a fair amount of work and stuff into it, and it's a neat little setup. But like I said, I did the 4-pin connector. On the channel, I already have a video going over how to use either do a 7-pin or a 4-pin connector. I will put a link down in the description to that video because it goes over whether you have M116A3, A2, A1, basically any military trailer. A lot of them, the wiring is the same. M1101 is really popular trailer, so you can use that information. The other thing that I had done with this trailer as well is you can see right now it's still strapped down, which is actually very secure. I bumped around in my yard a ton with this and this thing has not budged. I got and made, me and my friend Bam Bam, we used a metal chop saw and we had plans to weld off of the frame and make some real heavy duty brackets to line up with some of the existing threaded inserts and the aluminum frame that is already on the shelter that would have like lined up with the Humvee and the mounting brackets on a Humvee and stuff like that. This thing wasn't going to budge and you wouldn't have needed the straps. I'm going to include those with the sale, and I did record some videos when we were doing that and stuff, and they're just going to be left in the shelter for the buyer to carry on with what they want to do. It would have been nice, and with the way I set that up, I still could have changed it and made it so that this could have been removable if I wanted to. It would have left the brackets where pads would have sat here in the corner free, so that way you could make a bracket and put some adjustable jack stands and stuff like that. So if you wanted to level the trailer, if you weren't parked in a good spot, or just simply made it more stable, because it's, even with the kickstand out, it's still going to want to wobble side to side, which isn't the end of the world. But if you wanted to make it more stable, you could have done that. Besides that stuff, I am going to show some things with doing the hubs. So we'll go over that now. Here's most of what I had for tools: an impact with 7/8 for taking the wheels off, hammer for various stuff. This is kind of out of order, but I had to replace a lug and a lug nut. If I can find it, I will put the link in the description for both these. Some sort of soft blow hammer for putting the bearing cap back on. This was for cutting the cotter pin because the ones I had were long. Bearing packer for the bearings, you can just push it in by hand, but this makes it very helpful. I'll put a link to that too. Brake cleaner, I use this for the driver of the seal. Some channel locks, you can just use regular pliers or needle nose for feeding out the cotter pin that's in there. You could use a flathead for this too, but I had a little pry bar that had a little piece for hammering for getting the bearing cover off. Torque wrench, I have an adapter on there for this big. I'm using a 38 millimeter. That's not getting super tight. That's not the exact size, but it's the one I had that fits. And this is just a regular ratchet in a T configuration. Seal puller tool, again, you don't particularly need that. And then stuff that's like not pictured, that's out there still, is kind of like a jack stand, and something to catch all the crap that goes in. You're gonna need a cotter pin, and then also I replaced the rear seals not pictured because they're already installed. I will put a link to those down there in the description as well. This side was missing a lug. There's not much to it. You don't even need to remove the drum, just as you have the hub off. The way that this should work is, I ordered these a really long time ago, so I don't even remember the part number, but I used what was in the technical manual. So as I'm saying that I'm stupid and I don't remember the part number, I'll go back and find it. These are marked 1102, Whiskey 6. I don't know if that means anything, but you might be able to find a different source. These should just kind of start going through, and then the knurled part bites into the hub, and then you should just be able to pound them in. And maybe it's not seated all the way, it's slightly shorter. It's gonna do the trick, because these were, it's better than not having one on there anyway, because the exact ones for these older things seemed to be impossible to find. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll carry on. Wanna go pack a bearing? Yeah? Here, you want to carry this? No, you gotta go put those down. Oh, that's a perfect spot. Here, don't drop it. Let's go. Come on. Thank you. Look. The grease came through.
What?
Can you put that back for me, ma'am? Can you put that back over there? You're probably getting your hands greasy.
What?
Yeah? You don't care. Can I please see this? Let's put that down. And let me see your hands, because your hands are greasy now. Can I see your hands? Mixed in with the chalk? It's okay. Look. Look at this. Oh. What, is that what you think? That's got the old grease out of there. Yeah, do not touch this. I know you want to. So now that the hubs are taken care of, sorry this isn't that exciting of a video. I know people left a lot of comments and stuff like that from, I think it was like 2 years ago I picked up this shelter. Maybe I'll end up doing another type of shelter that is a little bit bigger on a little bit bigger of a chassis that could be towed by like the Humvee, the LMTV, or my pickup truck or something like that. That's a little more accommodating to more people. It would still be military. Anyway, the only next thing is to swap the wheels over for the buyer and wish them well. I'm just gonna hook up to the Eco Diesel Grand Cherokee. Regular lights are good. The camera's not gonna be able to hear you because my microphone is on. All right, this should be the left turn signal. Left turn signal is good. Right turn signal, good. Brakes, hazards. All right, lights are good. It's all ready for pickup. The person should actually be here in a couple hours. The buyer's hooked up to the trailer here. We got tires changed over for them, and they're about to take off.
Bye, shelter.
Bye-bye, shelter. There it goes.
Bye, shelter. Bye, shelter.
Bye, shelter.
I'll miss you.
Night. Have a safe trip home.
I love you. Have a nice
Oh, come on. That was very sweet. Say it again.
I hope you have a wonderful day, Trailer.
You hope you have a wonderful day, trailer. That's very nice.